Hey, welcome back. Right, this is a example of skyboxes, and we were talking about transparent textures before. You see all these textures here that have got a predominantly black color to them. They all have transparency flags of some way set. So let's look at the surface inspector. I've just selected one there. We see it's trans 66. All these ones up on the roof as well. They're all set to a certain trans factor, which allows these items to be looked through in a way so you can see through these things to some degree. So this is a good example of what we were talking about in the last video. Technically I should have loaded this one up and shown you this, but things happen. Okay, so we're going to talk about skyboxes. Now, what is a skybox? Well, very simply, a skybox is the sky. Now, we're talking, let's look, we're out here in our world, and as we said before, all maps and levels need to be sealed completely so no air can escape. So how do we build outdoor levels? Well, we put a big bounding box round it and set its flags to sky to make sure that this box will contain our entire level, but it will look like the level is outdoors, surrounded by a certain type of sky. So we can see here that we're inside the map. When you play this map, if you've played this one before, all around this map, it'll look like it's floating in space, but actually there's this box right the way around the outside. And we're going to look at the surface flags of this, and we'll see that it's ticked there on the surface inspector to say sky. Now, what this will do is it will render sky in its place. And the good thing about skyboxes and things like this is that we can edit what sky, we can change and select which sky we want to use. So what we'll do is, with this still selected, we'll press the N to bring up the entities window, and we'll see that at the moment it's using sky space 1. Now, what are all the sky names? Well, you can simply find out by opening up your Alien Arena directory, like so, and then what we'll do is we'll go into data 1, then we'll look in env, which is environment, and then we can see all the different types of sky. Now we can see there we've got space 1 bk.tga, so we know that that's space 1. We should also have sea, sea, because we've got sea, rt, up, left, front, and we've got tech city, hell, Egypt, alien. There's loads of different skies you can actually choose from, and all you need to do to change the sky is to change this value. So you key in the value you want and you press enter, and that will change the sky from the space sky to whichever one you want. And that's simply what a skybox is. It will allow you to envelop a level within it so that you can have an outdoor level that is not actually leaked to the outdoors like we can see here. Now let's have a look very quickly at this bottom brush, because let's say you were to be playing this level and you'd fall off. You could technically run round on the sky, and that wouldn't be quite right. So what we do is we will set certain flags on this floor. So let's have a look at the surface inspector first. We can see it's checked as sky. Okay, but what's also been applied is if we look at the entities inspector, we can see that it's got a trigger hurt, and trigger hurt, as it reads here, any entity that touches this will be hurt, and it does points of damage on each server frame. So that damage is set to 500, so you will basically be killed instantly. The second you hit that, you'll fly into jibs. Now, how do we set a trigger brush? Well, we'll talk about that a little bit later on when we're looking at triggers and other functions and doors and things like that, but for now, that's the skybox.